Hi, this is Steve Doubleday. Welcome back to the fifth in our series of videos on getting the R environment set up on San Diego SuperComputer Center machines to run social networking stuff. So in this last video, what we did was we got the packages that R needs set up in their environment. That was the R library directory. So if we get back over here on Gordon, so we're logged into Gordon. Print working directory. We're in our library under our home directory, and remember that we had downloaded a bunch of packages, so that's good. Now what we're going to need to do is we'd like to run some tests. We'd like to verify that everything that we've got is set up to run right. Kind of a central belief of mine is that projects move a lot faster when they have automated tests that verify that nothing that we thought has not changed has in fact changed. We want to verify that we're where we were last time, so we use automated tests for that. So let's get those running. Before we do that, though, we're going to make things a little bit simpler for ourselves. So let's figure out what that means. So we're going to go back to our home directory /r/net. So tilde says go to our home directory, and the subdirectory under that is r/net. Here's where all of our stuff is. Take a look at something called sample.rprofile. So I'm going to VI it. That's how I would edit it if I needed to change it. I don't expect to, but let's take a look at it. Sample.rprofile. The .rprofile needs to live, where does it need to live? It needs to live in our home directory. And when you start up R, it will read this file and configure your R environment however you have this set up. So this is a set of commands that can be R commands of any type, and they'll run every time you log in. So what does this one do? First thing it does is set our working directory, and that's important because that means that's where it'll look for all of our source code. So when we issue source, by default, where is it going to go? Going to go to our home directory, home directory tilde /r/net. That's where we put our source code. So that's where it'll look by default. I've got an options for using VI for my editor. If you want to use something else, this is where you would change it. .livepath says this is where I'm going to go to find libraries, and this is where we loaded all of our libraries. And finally, the last thing I'm going to do is source this particular source code here, testsetup.r. That gets us ready for testing. So that all looks pretty good to me. I'm going to hit the escape command, then escape key, and then :Q to quit out of that. And all I got to do here is use this this copy command, but we'll just do it by hand. cp sample.rprofile. I just tabbed to get him to complete that file name, and I'm telling him where do I want to put it? My home directory, and under that, just put it in my home directory by the name of dot. You got to have the dot there. .rprofile. All right, so the actual file name is going to be called .rprofile in my home directory. Let's do that, and let's go take a look at it. So I'm going to change directory to home, cd tilde, and if I do ls, I don't see it. So what's up with that? I have to do ls with additional flags. I like -al. Now it'll show everything, including some things that I didn't see before, things that start with dot, which are normally hidden. So here is a .r profile. There's also an R profile old that I hid to get out of the way. But .r profile is what we just created, and that has those commands in it. If I wanted to look at that file right now, I could do more .r profile, and there are those commands that we talked about: set working directory, options, line path, and source. So that's good. My profile's there. Just for laughs, let's go take a look at testsetup.r and see what that does. So where are we? We're in our home directory, so we just have to change directory to r/net, and let's look at this more. Test setup. See if he knows how to find that. Yes, he does. What does this do? It says add libraries for testing. So we're executing the library command to get ready to do testing. That's all this does. And then it creates a little function called tests, which will suppress some startup messages, which makes these things less verbose. And it sets the test directory to be our current dot says our current working directory. That's all that this thing does. Okay, life is pretty good. Let's do something here. Let's make sure that we still have R there. Remember that when you log off and log back in again, you will need to load R. Let's see. Okay, you'll need to at least do that. Okay, let's get into R and run our tests. Okay, the way the tests run, they will generate some comments, but you're basically looking for dots. So after each test, which has some sort of header, you're looking for a dot. If there's a number, there's an error, and it'll give you under that number what the error is. But there's dots here, and there's dots there. There's dots here, and here, and here. So, and some warnings, but no errors. So our tests have run. Our environment is ready to use. So what we're going to do next time is I'm going to show you how to run an actual job using the supercomputer itself as our final video. So see you shortly.